I didn't know that he was gonna end up playing basketball. He said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. I thought I was gonna be like the girl out there getting it. I don't have any of that. Like, I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention.
Conditional respect is when people choose to respect you depending on how they feel that day.
But if the tables turned and Steph was doing the same thing around some cocktail waitress on a podcast, I think that both women and men would think that that shit is pretty wild.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to Jamari. Shout out to Jamari. And today's video is every time Ayesha Curry disrespected Steph. Now, I try to stay away from celebrities because I don't like talking crap about celebrities. Maybe I might meet them one day and I don't want to call you stupid. Then I gotta run into you and then I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep it respectful, but I'm gonna call it like I see it. Simple as that. But anyway, with that being said, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We keep it in PG. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug, you feel me? With that being said, without further ado, let's just get into the video.
So throughout my time on Earth, I've gotten to see some of the greatest athletes ever. And sometimes a single individual comes around and changes the game altogether. Someone comes in and dominates in such a way that has you contemplating self-deletion as you hear this against your team.
Curry, way downtown, bang! Bang!
Steph Curry, the greatest three-point shooter of all time. I hate to say it, but he, Kevin Durant, and the Golden State Warriors are the sole reason I checked out on the NBA back in around 2018. That is simply how dominant they were. And I don't know if it's just like a light skin thing, as if they are required to go through a humiliation ritual to obtain their powers. But I liken Steph to both Patrick Mahomes and Will Smith. We all know that years ago, Patrick's girlfriend at that time
Patrick Mahomes, light skin. Will Smith ain't light skinned to me though. He is like, I never met him in real life, but he more like caramel or whatever.
Britney was embarrassing him with countless tweets, fan interactions, and videos featuring his worthless brother Jackson.
All those people that doubted us and hated on us and thought we were gonna lose this game, yes I did!
Now, to be completely fair to her, I feel like she has calmed down with most of that and really distanced herself from the sideshow brother. And as for my guy Will, y'all know his legacy was tarnished because his wife loves to emasculate him every chance she gets.
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
And we have also talked in the past how Steph's wife Ayesha is yet another one of these women who does this exact same thing. I think the downfall really began the night of June 16th, 2016, when LeBron would score 41 points, evening up the NBA Finals at 3 games apiece, before...
Straight up, I'm gonna just say this real quick, just before we get into too deep into the video. No Diddy.
Hey yo, what the
a lot of this stems from being with a woman that just don't respect you. Like, straight up. Like, that's where a lot of this stems from. I know women got their own plight about it. Some women talk about holding space for other women and this and this and that. Women got their own side to their explanation to what Ayesha, Jada, and the rest of them are doing. They got their own explanation that correlates and that resonates with them. Cool, because they're not a man, so they don't see it from a man's point of view. Some of them do, but most of them that's talking aren't, right? And I'm not talking about it from a woman's point of view. I'm going to speak on it from a man's point of view, right? And from a man's point of view is, if you want to avoid this type of stuff, stop building deep relationships with women that do not respect you. And I'm not saying she gotta like fear you or walk on eggshells. I ain't saying none of that. What I'm saying is, I got this thing that I call conditional respect and unconditional respect, right? What I see with Steph, Will, and I don't know much about Patrick, but with Steph and Will, right? I think they're dealing with conditional respect, right? And by that I mean conditional respect is when people choose to respect you depending on how they feel that day. If they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or somebody pissed them off on their way to work, or pissed them off on the road, or upset them, then they come to you and they take that anger out on you. That's conditional respect. They respect you when they feel like respecting you. When they feel like, oh, I'm in a good mood, now I'm gonna show you respect. You don't want to be in situations like that. I always go for unconditional respect. Meaning, despite whatever happens in the outside world that I ain't had nothing to do with, when you come to me, you check that. I'm not saying I check it, but you check that within yourself before you come to me. Making sure, and we all do it. If you got a boss, if you got a supervisor, if you got somebody you answer to, if you got I ain't gonna say a parent, but you mean parent, yeah, or you got a friend you don't play with. If you a man and you got a homie, then you know, boy, if I can't play that with him. That's not gonna fly. You gonna check that no matter what happens in the outside world. You gonna check that when you get around him. And it's not fear, it's just respect. You know what I mean? And you should have that with your woman, and your woman should have that with you, right? With my girl, if I have a bad day at work, I'm not coming home and taking it out on her. Like, she don't deserve that. She ain't do nothing to deserve that. And I ain't got time for her to be having an attitude, because I call it attitude, right? And then vice versa, right? So it's all about just having respect, checking your shit at the door before you approach that person. That's what I call unconditional respect. You don't allow the outside world to dictate how you respect a certain individual. And what I feel like is Steph, and I'm not gonna say so much for Steph, but I know Jada for sure has very little conditional respect for Will. She chooses to respect him when she feel like it. The way she recorded him is a prime example of that. When she was recording him and he said, "I would like for you to not record me," somebody that has unconditional respect for you would have just cut the camera off. No, she had to flip it and say, "Please help me. We still going through crap, blah, 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 blah." That's conditional respect. Her ego don't want to cut the camera off because he asked her to. But she gonna do it like, all right, but I'm gonna get my last word in. Conditional respect. That's what that is. Don't let people play with you like that. And if they do, leave.
Coming back in historic fashion from being down 3-1 to Steph Curry and the Warriors. Following that night, Ayesha would tweet that the NBA was rigged and that she had just witnessed it with her own 2 eyes. To me, this was the first sign that she was beyond willing to speak her mind, no matter what the cost and how it could affect her husband and his career. Keep in mind, Steph has always kept his head down and his nose clean. Like, I'm talking about absolutely no scandals on or off the court, while also pocketing a cool $1 billion along the way. And I feel like when Steph was first going off, really making a name for himself, everyone loved his family. He was bringing out the baby to the press conference. The wife was doing the cooking show. But it was simply not enough for Ayesha, and over time, it's really just gotten more and more embarrassing. First 6 years ago, we had this clip from the Red Table Talk where relationships go to die. Ayesha went on there with the Sith Lord herself, and also Steph's mother of all people, and she had this to say about yearning for attention from other men. Because there are women out there constantly thirsting over her husband, and she wanted some of that same lust.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves, but me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but male attention.
And I know people want to fault her for that. I'm not gonna fault her for how she feel. She has every right to feel that way. I'm not gonna people, I get that she's in a marriage, but people are still individuals. So they still have individual wants, desires, needs, whatever the crap, right? Based off their insecurities or how they was brought up, whatever, right? So I'm not gonna shame her for feeling that way. I don't like, and I would shame her for saying it on camera in front of the whole world. You don't do that. Like, I don't know why if you want attention, you don't want this type of attention. Like, this is something you say to your homegirls off camera or to your therapist, not on camera for the world to see. I don't care what nobody say. And it will go vice versa the other way around. If Steph came on camera and say, man, I love my wife, I would never cheat on her. She just don't turn it on sometimes. Like, she don't get sexy for me. She just dresses like a mom all the time. I would fire his ass up too. It ain't got nothing to do with whether you a man or a woman, or holding space for a woman, or holding space. You just don't say shit like that on camera. You say that to your therapist, to your homies, to your mama, but you don't get on camera just because. And this is a universal law. You can control what you say, but you cannot control how people respond to it. That's why what she said was so dangerous, because though she had her own intent, you can't control how the public responds to that. He got a game he got to play. He got a career he got to maintain. Are you helping him at any point by doing this? Are you helping yourself at any point by doing it? No. Keep this off camera. I'm not telling you how you should feel. That I do agree is wrong. Any man on here talking about she shouldn't feel that way, she a human being, my nigga. We all feel whatever we feel. You have the right to feel however you feel about whatever. But what comes out your mouth, especially on camera, is a big ass deal, especially when you have this much eyes on you and this much you have this much eyes on you and you trying to maintain a relationship and a marriage.
So then, like, I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking. You're not even. But I'm gonna tell you something.
Now, her saying all that while Curry's mom is
Even them trying to say you're not looking, like they're trying to like, hey, like chill out.
right next to her is downright insane to me. She even tries to save her by saying, oh, you're not looking for that girl. What does it matter?
something wrong with
You're
me?
not.
Like,
You're not looking.
what?
You're not
Like,
looking.
And keep in mind, they did get married fairly young, so maybe she did not get to experience all of the things that she wanted to, but saying that you crave the attention of other men when you're already a mother and a wife for years at that point is strange, and something that she really should have kept to herself or talked about in private. And that is really...
I'm not gonna say it's strange. I'm not even going that deep to say that. I feel like, especially if you got married young and you didn't get to explore your life like that, I get it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I could understand where that comes from. Just keep that shit off camera. Talk about that with your husband, your homegirls, your therapist. Have enough responsibility. I love Spider-Man, and Uncle Ben said this best. With great power comes great responsibility. And you have a lot of power with your words at the status that you are at. Keep this shit off camera.
Going to be a running theme in this video. You know, it's not like it's wrong to have feelings because relationships are complicated and they go through various stages. But hey, here comes Jada to give her some advice.
Because I dealt with that for.
Oh my God. We ain't gonna even use wrong button. Oh my God. Don't listen to Jada. This is the worst person. I don't even give a fuck about celebrity. You do not listen to this woman. Under no circumstance do you take advice from this woman. Look at her marriage and her kids. And shout out to her kids, though. Shout out to them. They creative as hell. But God damn it, no, we're not doing this. No.
Years too, like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God.
fair.
I mean,
because I don't want it.
I'm sorry. I don't like how she did Will Smith. But granted, I don't know their relationship, so I can't talk shit. I don't know the ins and outs of Jada and Will's relationship, but goddamn, just don't listen to Jada.
It'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
But
that
when your radar's turned off, right? That can get real dangerous. Don't ever think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Honestly.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody.
Yeah, so Curry's mom even tells her, like, this is a dangerous line to walk.
But when your radar's turned.
Now, the next instance embarrassment would occur on yet another daytime talk show, The Real. This clip does go viral time and time again because of what happens after they bring out this old up shirtless dude named Marcel.
Marcel.
And this is the thing. And this is why I say it's dangerous. I want y'all to look at it from this perspective. This is why I say it's dangerous. There's another universal law that says you teach people how to treat you. You do. Whether you realize you're teaching them that or you don't. You are teaching people how to treat you. The more she goes online, whether it's through tweets, whether it's on podcasts or interviews, the more she gets online and talks about how she's not satisfied, whether it's with herself, whether it's with her husband, or whether it's with the life that they build together, the more she does that, the more stuff like this happens. You want to know why I say that? Peep this. If you had Michelle Obama is a great woman. She loves her husband. I highly doubt they would have brought a man on there to play with her like that. We're not playing with Obama like that. We're not playing with Obama like that. They're not going to put no man on there to holler at Obama. What's another woman that's really into her man and like they're happy as hell? I know it's a weird take. Cardi B. I know that was weird. Hear me out though. Cardi B really likes her dude, even though she talks crazy sometimes. Shout out to Cardi though. They're not gonna play. I mean, she probably wasn't the best example, but you get what I'm trying to say. You teach people how to treat you though. So if you show a lot of unhappiness in your marriage and that you feeding for something else, they gonna play with you by doing stuff like this. Cause they want to see your reaction. Cause they know how the world is perceiving you. They know how you perceiving your relationship. So this is just adding more content to what they got going on. But if Ayesha had at least in public had undividing love for her husband, spoke nothing but good about him, said that she living a happy, they wouldn't play with her like this. You teach people how to treat you. And that's why I say her words are dangerous, whether she realizes she's doing that or not. It's dangerous because you're putting your husband in a position to where he got to constantly keep defending himself because you can't keep your mouth closed. I'm not telling you how to feel. You have the right to feel like that. But keep it off camera. You have a public image. You need to maintain that. I'm sure some stuff about you, Steph. Everybody got stuff. I got stuff about my girl I don't like. My girl got stuff about me she don't like. You ain't gonna see me on camera talking about it. Steph, I guarantee you, Steph got stuff about you that he absolutely hates. He's not going, if he say he gonna say it in the locker room to his homies, he gonna say it to his therapist. He not getting on camera disrespecting you. And we let this slide because she a woman and we need to chill. Because if this was on the other foot, we'll be like,
hey, y'all, come look at this.
Don't do it. Go get some help.
Now the hand gesture there is just absolutely diabolical, and I get that she's like joking, but if the tables turned and Steph was doing the same thing around some cocktail waitress on a podcast, I think that both women and men would think that that shit is pretty wild. And
exactly. They give her a pass because she a woman, and they had that empathy for her, which I get it. It's probably a lot of women, married women, that relate to how she's feeling. I could get that. You cannot just with the husband. This would have been the thing. If she was a famous wife and her husband was just a regular guy, and that's how she built her career, then by all means, do your thing. This ain't your career, baby. Don't do that. You disrespecting your husband. He got a good basketball game. He takes care of your family well. Don't fuck that up because if it bothers you that bad, leave in private and y'all just go your own ways. But don't bash his name in public because you have to. Don't do that.
Funny how it's always another woman on the show who immediately sees what she's doing as crazy and tries to get her to stop. And during this same interview, she would also go on to put Steph's love for feet on display. Yes, I'm serious.
This is gonna turn into a whole other thing, but my husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
And so, like, the light was hitting him just right that day. And so I was like, let me just snap this photo and send him a picture of my feet. So I always say, like, when he says to send nude,
what?
Like, that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet.
I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Call me what you want. I do think she probably shouldn't have said that because now people might make feet jokes at him. So but that ain't that bad. If you a married man I would have laughed. If I was Steph, I would have probably felt a little ick, but overall I just would have laughed that shit off because it's not that big of a deal. Like if it's me and you to the end of this, I'm not gonna really get too upset about that. I don't really see that as a real issue.
I don't know if he's happy about that, but that's okay.
And like
but now the fact that she said, I don't know if he's happy about that, meaning you shouldn't have said that if you didn't check with him first. And then, like I said, this is vice versa. If it was him and he wanted to say something, he need to check with her first. You don't say this unless you check with her first, especially at y'all status. If you are nobody, then I guess still shouldn't do that. But if you are nobody, whatever. But as famous as they both are, oh no, you should have checked with him before you did that. Now, if he was cool with it, then whatever. I don't see it as a big deal, but I do see the big deal is you didn't check with him first. Because what it is this might not be a big deal, but the next time you do it without checking with him, it might be something that is a big deal. And now he got to check you. We're not doing that.
There is nothing inherently wrong with him beating his meat to feet.
Hey, yo, whoa.
Hey, yo, what the f?
Some things are once again better kept private.
All right, girl, now we know something about him. He likes feet, sisters. He's going to...
And all them girls gonna send pictures of feet too. You done gave it like, oh, that's what he liked? I know my feet look better than hers. Let me go ahead and take my picture. Go ahead and send it to Steph. That's what they gonna do. Don't do that.
Kill me.
And with these latest antics, it's really only gotten worse. As a couple weeks back, Ayesha went on the Call Her Daddy podcast to talk about how she has felt discontent with her life as a mother from time to time, and how it's basically hard to deal with her not being the star of the show.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
And it's fine to look back in retrospect and acknowledge hard moments where maybe you question your life path or your decisions, or maybe even your identity, but later she says this is something that still bothers her till this day.
But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
if I have a career.
And that I'm not mad at either, right? I can understand as a woman, you don't want your whole life to be your kids. There's people like that don't, they want kids, they love their kids, but their life doesn't revolve around being a mom or a dad all day. Some people it is, some people it's not. They feel like they got a bigger purpose in that. I ain't mad at that. And even the way she said it wasn't really wrong. So let's continue. Now, saying I didn't want. It's the way. I don't find too much what you say. It's just about like, okay, you're a partner now. Y'all are married. You got to check in with your peoples before you say what you gonna say. Because y'all move as a unit now. It ain't no me. Because what you say affects him. What he says affects you. What he does affects you. What she does affects him. For instance, if he was out here slanging and screwing other chicks, it would make her look bad, right? Okay, you getting on podcasts talking about how the life he provided for you, you low-key resent. Might be just as bad mentally, emotionally as cheating. But because you're a woman and she's expressing herself, we see it differently. I'm not saying she can't express herself. I feel like she has the right to do that. There's a time and place and platform and with cameras that you probably should not be doing that.
And I'm not home. Like, did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this.
Then maybe it should stay in therapy. It needs to stay in therapy, Ayesha. If your therapist didn't tell you, if they saw this and you went back to therapy after this, I hope they say, hey, I need a raise. Because the way you are making me look bad out here is not good. Give me a raise for me to continue doing therapy with you. Because you can't say I talk about this in therapy, then you go online and say this, then it makes me look like I'm not doing my job. Because if I'm doing my job correctly, you should not be online saying this stuff. You can still feel it. You can still think it. You shouldn't be saying it online.
Things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool. What are you doing?
And the thing to me is, like, she is a very successful person on her own merit. Like, don't get me wrong, being his wife likely opened most of these doors for her in these situations, but she also hit home runs with her opportunities, having several very successful restaurants. She has also been highlighted time and time again on magazines and even having her own TV shows. I'm just saying, it's not like she's some silent woman in the corner only there to appease her husband. Yet she still comes off as insecure, but then again, she did say that she thought that she would be the breadwinner, despite also knowing that Curry was going to be a high draft pick, making massive waves in college when they met.
I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. He said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like, I thought I was gonna be like the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know.
I don't know, I just don't really understand how someone can come off as so ungrateful after having such a fortunate hand dealt to them in life. Like, she has 1 million times the opportunity that other women have. I'm talking about nannies, endless therapy, countless money, and endless...
It's just respect. And let's go back to what I was saying earlier. Sorry, y'all, my light cut out. I gotta charge them up. It's about respect. It's, oh my God, hold on. At the end of the day, that shit looks horrible. Okay. At the end of the day, it's about respect. And it's the fact that she thought she was going to be better than Steph. She thought Steph was going to be a high school coach. She was going to be the breadwinner, bringing in all this money. She was probably the it girl in high school. And she felt that Steph probably was lucky to get with her. Then Steph leveled up. And now she like, dang, this did not turn out the way. It's kind of like when you have that friend that you always been cool with. They was always popular than you. They was always better than you. And then you kind of level up yourself, and then you kind of, I ain't gonna say surpass, but you surpass whatever they got going on, and then they kind of look at you as resentment, like that was supposed to be me. Da, da, da. Now imagine being in a relationship with somebody like that. That's Ayesha Curry. She gonna take the ride because you made her life easy, but no, she thought that was supposed to be her, not realizing. And Steph ain't do it. Steph ain't leveled up to shit on his wife. Steph leveled up to provide and to prove to her that he really is somebody. But she saw it as, oh, he in competition with me. Don't do that. Stay away from women that want to, that enjoy being in competition with you or other men. Not good.
Of opportunity being open to build an identity away from simply being a wife and mother, which it is very apparent to me that Steph has allowed her to explore. And yet she just comes out to crap on it every couple of years. I mean, to me, we all have a role to play in our life and our various relationships, and I don't know if she needed more dating experience or to get out the mud on her own. But to me, she really just comes off as if she had a full ride at Jada's school of embarrassing your husband. I mean, you would never catch LeBron's wife on this shit. Out here taking backstage photos with Drake. Like, she won't even take a picture with a male fan because she knows the narratives that could spark from that. And I want to make it clear, in no way am I saying that women need to like sit back and be silent and try and look good, or that they can't have an identity outside of their family or their husband. If anything, I think the exact opposite. I think that those things are very healthy. I'm just saying that it seems like every time she opens her mouth, it's always bad and embarrassing. Like, maybe she just needs to stop doing these interviews. I don't really know what the solution is, but yeah.
The solution is she needs to be on one accord with Steph. That's the solution. 1. 2, she needs to figure out what it is in her life that makes her feel the need to compete with her husband. 3, she needs to also figure out why does she have this urge to be transparent with the whole world about how you feel inside about your private life. And 4, these motherfuckers need to stop giving her a goddamn mic. Stop giving her a mic. We're not doing that. Y'all podcast mofos, these people looking for content and trying to monetize her insecurity about her relationship need to stop. Go get some help. But I'm gonna let y'all finish the rest of this. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jamari. My light went out. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna see a boogeyman in a bit. You know what I mean? My light went out. Nigga. I need a spooky sound. My light went out. What should I do? I don't have enough money to get a new light. Anyway, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We keeping it PG. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mud. And y'all tell Ayesha to stay off them goddamn mics, man. So, till next time, I'm out. Oh, and remember, there's nothing impossible to they who try. Till next time, I'm out. Dose.